Hello. Today we're going to learn how to use the metadata for ODC-SCI, ODC TBI. I'm already logged in as I did for the upload datasets tutorial. And so this is the dataset I uploaded, demo dataset June 25th. And today we're going to look at the metadata editor, which can be found at this button. We'll click. And you can see basic information is already here. Well, actually, it's just the format and layout of the metadata editor. And as we start out, I'll mention that there's a tutorial. We click this link, we'll get to this tutorial page, which will go in depth with all the various areas of this metadata editor. And I will walk us through most of those things. And so let's get started. I'll be using the data from another data set just so I have some information to show you, and it's a pretty in-depth version. And so this will provide all the different sections of this data set. So first thing we can do is we edit the title. This title here is the name of the data set, but that might not be the data set title you want to use for the publication. So we can change the title. This is a better looking title. Click save. You're going to get a message that data has been saved. And you can see it auto updated. At this point in time, we don't have to fill in the DOI field. This will get filled in automatically. And as we continue adding information, this dataset citation field will automatically get added. So right now, it basically has the title here. This is the ODC-SCI part and the accession number within ODC-SCI. And since our dataset ID is 649, that's the accession ID within ODC-SCI. And so now we can add the abstract. So we click Edit Abstract. And this comes in three parts: the study purpose, the data collected, and conclusions. And I'll borrow data from another, let me see here. I'm going to use published data sets. And then this very first one. I won't copy the title. I'll copy some of this text here. We'll grab the study purpose. Close this tutorials link. Come back here. Study purpose. We'll grab the data collected. Paste it here. Grab conclusion information. Paste that here. And so each of these blocks has an amount of text, and the total amount of text has to be less than 5,000 characters. And so this will tell you how you're doing with that character limit. We click Save. Data's been saved. And you can see it populates the page for you. There's a keyword section. And so we'll look here, and we want to grab these keywords. First is bioinformatics. We'll click Add Keywords. And it has an autocomplete system. So as we type in bioinformatics, and we'll grab this guy, click Save. Keyword has been added. We can add, looking for rodents. We want rodents. We click it, click Save. Keyword has been added. Oops, click it too many times. Syndromics. We'll correct that. Syndromics. No result found. Let's see if we can save it. Okay. Maybe it's double adding. We'll take a look again. And then translation. Translation. Save. Keywords added. Okay. And so we'll close this. And you can see all the keywords are listed here. And we'll just delete this one. And we'll delete this one. And so now we have our list. And you see here it says drag drop items to change sort order. All the different areas that have this oval box can be re-sorted. So we click on it and we can drag it into place. Oops, it auto saves as you drag it and drop it. So you can see that refresh. So we'll put this one back at the beginning and then leave it as is. Next, we'll move on to the provenance and originating publications. And so if you have any publications you want to add, you can import them by giving a DOI or PMID, or you can type it all in manually. And we'll try to save some time and try to do an import. So we see here, here's my DOI that I want to borrow. So we copy that part. And so you see here, it says for DOI, just the 10.nnn/identifier. For PMIDs, just the number. So you don't want to put in the DOI colon or the PMID colon. So we'll just put that in and we'll click import authors as contributors. So this will take the authors of this publication and automatically add it to this side as contributors. If you don't want to add any of them, then we uncheck that. But if you do check it, it will automatically add them to the list. So we click import. Data's been added. Close to reload. And so you can see that it grabbed this title, derivation of multivariate syndromic, blah, blah, blah. And you can see derivation of multivariate syndromic. And it has the DOI. And we can edit here. And we know the PMID, no, not listed. So we'll just leave it. And then here is the citation relevance section. And we'll add that there. And we want to, well, that grabbed the title for us. Actually, want to take that title, put it there, but we want the full citation to be shown. So we'll grab the citation and we'll put that in this box. We can't import that. So that basically was just going to give us the title. So now we click update. Data's been updated, click OK. And then you can see all this has been added. And you can see here all the information about these contributors are automatically added. As I mentioned before, all the different oval sections can be drag and dropped to change the sort order here. And so if you want to add another publication, we can grab this one. Once again, just the 10 dot part. Come in here, import. And so it adds basically a stub that you need to further edit. So we click edit here, grab this citation, put it in the title box, and then we come here and we put in the citation, and then our relevance goes here, and we click update. Data's been updated. And so you can see all the contributors have been added here. If you did not want to import, you can manually add. And so we can go ahead and click this import/add publication, and it'll basically add a blank entry. We click that. And so you'll notice we kind of got this empty guy here. And we can click edit. And we can manually grab all this information. That's the citation. Drop it there. The relevance. Drop it there. Title. Copy, paste, and then update. Click OK, and you notice it fills it in. That's it. Edit notes. Your notes will go here. Click Save. Data's been saved. And close this. So we have that section. Moving on. This contact we can get by, this is a list of contributors. If we click a contributor, you'll see this edit. You might want to edit this. When it does the automatic import, based on how the citation is, where it was imported from, some of this data is already there, or it's imported differently. And so in that publication, his first name is listed as Adam R, or R is the middle name, but in the publication, it kind of puts them together. So we want to take out that R because it's actually the middle initial in that. And if there's an ORC ID, we'll go and look and grab Adam's ORCID. Paste it there. Affiliation, it's there. And so if this contributor is also an author, we check this box. And if we want to make it a contact author, we check that box. And we add the email. Let's see. Grab his email. And then update. Click OK. And you can see here, now I've got the ORCID, and he's a contact author. And so you can take this list, and you might have to do a little editing because the same person might be an author in more than, or a contributor of more than one publication, so they would be listed twice. And so we can see Adams here twice. And so we can click edit and remove, and it'll take him off this list in that position, but he's still here. And so you might need to cull the list down to what it needs to be. But basically, by importing, you remove the necessity of having to add all these manually. But you can add manually by clicking this button, add contributor, and so you have all these fields here. And so you can fill those in to add somebody to the list. But as I said, you would probably want, if you do an import, you probably want to go in and check and see how the first name is listed. Like this Michael S should just be Michael because it imported the S as part of the first name. And we click, we have to fill in an affiliation, which is a required field. And Michael B. I go down here. I say here. And put that in. I have his ORCID. Put that in. And we'll update. So you can see there. So you want to do a little bit of cleanup, but it definitely saves a lot of time than to have to manually edit. And so you can see the contact name is there, all this information about the lab, the data set is here. Funding. So we'll take a look here at the funding. So at NIH, we can grab this part. We'll click add funding. So the first funding agency, NIH, and then the funding initial identifier and PI initials. Here's the first we want to grab. Fix that comma. And we click add. You might have more than one from NIH. So grab the second one like that. Click add. And then we'll just close that for now. So you can see we have 2 NIH funding listings. And at any time, you can take a look and preview what this will look like by clicking this preview DOI metadata. And you'll see a formatted version without all the edit buttons and things like that. So you can see our title, citation, and if you remember, we added Ferguson as an author, and it adds his name to the list. Here's our abstract. Here's our keywords. Here's the publication information that's been formatted, the notes, contact name, and the funding. So if you notice, it took those 2 entries for NIH and formatted this nicer looking string, and it's got the different contributor information. And so, but some of these, if you notice, are missing some affiliation organization information. And so these need to be edited, and the first name, middle initial needs to be corrected and tweaked. Some are correct based on where it was, how it was listed as an import, but some need to be fixed. Then we go back to the editor, and we've done the funding. So now if you want to add more contributors, you can click and add manually. If you want to edit, you can go and edit. You can drag and drop. And it says orders auto saved. So if I reload, you can see that it's in the second position without having to resave. And so that's it for the basics of the metadata editor. Once again, more details are listed in the tutorial, but I think that's everything just to get you started. If you have any questions, let us know. Thank you.